it's 2025. You don't have to have a man cave. You can just have a nice Zen bunker. You can have a Zen bunker.
Ooh, Zen bunker. I
Zen
like that.
bunker. That's where I'm at. That's
You
where I'm
can
at in my life.
unlock your Kundalini serpent that's coiled up at your
Oh,
base of your
hell yeah.
in your butthole. I'm wearing a hat, which I don't like to do on the podcast because it fucks with the lighting, and also it makes me look like a toddler. I've been told when I wear a hat and a golf shirt, but
What kind of
I
toddler
like
goes golfing?
good ones.
Oh yeah.
Tiger
Yeah,
Woods,
the
toddler
ones
Woods.
toddler woods.
But I ran out of the house and I threw on a hat, and then I got back I got back like 20 minutes ago, and then I was like, oh fuck, I was wearing a hat, my hair's all messed up, it's all like
Flat. It's very flat.
squished. I
Yeah.
guess it doesn't look that bad, but we'll see how long
No.
I last with the hat.
The
So it's my team, my oil, last Canadian team
oil.
left in the playoffs,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. Jets got eliminated the other
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Oh, you can see it's corduroy too, which
Ooh,
makes it
cords of Roy. More toddler.
even more toddler like.
If your
It's
thighs are out.
called the dad hat, which I
Uh,
hate because it's like that fucking
oh yeah, with
belt.
the strap on the
Oh, I
back that you have to
fucking
pull
hate it so
through.
much.
Yeah, I
But
don't like
actually,
those.
since it's corduroy,
It
the
stays. Oh yeah, it stays
corduroys,
in better.
yeah, the lines act as like adjustment holders, so it's
Right.
good.
Yeah, because those ones for me, they always like they come loose all the
Yeah,
time.
and
So
they just look like you're a hipster, like.
yeah,
But it's just
yeah.
like
You're
I
trying to be
like this
young.
orange logo a lot that you don't
Yeah.
see on hats very often. So I just put up with the dad hat fit, even though I'm not a hipster and I bought it anyway. It also makes my head look bigger, I feel like, because it's like kind of like a shallower hat.
Yeah, like it makes your head look bigger because it's flatter and it's like it
Yeah.
also makes your head look like it comes in here. So it makes this
Yeah.
part of your head look bigger.
But yeah, I guess now since we're full disclosure on what makes Dale feel self-conscious,
Is it the hat?
do you
Is
want to
it the
hear what
hat?
my toddler did to me?
Oh no, what happened, Dale?
So you know how I told you, did I tell the daddy Milky?
Yes, you told Daddy Milky.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this is just another embarrassing story about my breasts or chest. So we're sitting on the couch this morning and I'm wearing a muscle shirt because I run hot because I'm fat. I don't know if any of you fattos out there are always hotter than everybody
I
else
too
in your
run
house.
hot. Yeah.
So I'm wearing it and you can like see the side boob through the shirt, and then my daughter's like, Daddy has two boobies. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't call them boobies when they're on a guy, they're a chest. And then she's like, Daddy has two boobies. And I was like, I just
I
explained this to you,
just told you.
2-year-old.
I just told you.
I was like, we call them bitch tits, but I didn't say that because I'm not
Yeah.
allowed
You
to
can't
swear
tell.
in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Wow.
the worst part,
Rude.
like, so she says that, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm comfortable with my body. I have a mirror. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then she goes, Daddy has two boobies. I got to tell mom. And I'm like, wait, what? No, don't
Don't
tell
tell
mom.
mom. Keep mom
Like,
out of this.
don't ruin her suspension of disbelief. Like, she's
Yeah.
still in this. I don't want you to remind her that
Yeah.
she's
By the
shacked up
way,
with a dude with bitch
by
tits.
the way, Daddy has boobies.
Yeah. And then you
Oh
like, I
shit.
hear her go in the kitchen. I was like, oh, but but she made up for it all because since the last pod, she said, I love you, Daddy, for the first time.
Oh, wicked. That's the
And
best.
now I'm ready to
Congratulations.
like blow up the world for her.
Yeah, totally. That's amazing, man.
She
That's
can
really
say
good.
whatever
That's
she
the
wants
first
about my
time.
body.
That was the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then
Because my son's 15, so when I say I love you, buddy, he's like, like he mumbles it, like,
mhm.
like he kind of mimes that he's saying it. He won't
Yeah.
actually say it anymore. I'm like, come on, just say it.
You got to get it out of them when they're a toddler before their
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sense of
Oh, he said
shame
it
and social awareness
up
kicks
until
in.
he was like 12 or 13. He was like, I love you too, Dad, and give me a little kiss on the cheek. And now he's
Yeah.
like, fuck that. You're like,
And then his friends at school called him gay once, and now you'll
yeah,
never
and
hear it.
he's like, yeah, totally. You
Or
love
I
your
guess
dad? You love your
they
dad?
don't say that
That's
anymore.
so
They say something
gay.
else.
You love your dad? It's gay that you love your dad. Oh my god, no, what? He just loves let him love me.
Oh, and guess what episode this is?
What episode is it?
69. Well,
269?
269. Yeah.
Nice. Sick. Nice.
269.
Nice.
Which is fine because we're children. Well, I'm a child.
Well, I am too. I mean, I'm kind of an adult. I'm in that like mixed up halfway world where I'm like about to turn 49. So I'm
Yeah.
getting like, I gotta be an adult, I guess, at some point.
It's funny because I'm like, I'm not an adult. And then younger people than me do annoying young things. I'm like, those motherfuckers. I'm like, I guess I'm an adult.
Dude, I can I tell you a story really quickly
Yes.
about this whole like
That's
thing.
literally the only reason we're here, Jeff, is
I
for you to
know
tell me
I
stories.
oh great. Then you're just like, I know we're adults. I know we're adults. I know
Mm-hmm.
we're adults. What I just realized, like, so I went back to Kamloops. I went to go
Mm-hmm.
visit my brother, and he was doing this thing. And his wife introduced me to this person that she works with. And I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And we talked for a little bit, and then I left to go do my thing, hang out with my brother and stuff. And the next day, I was riding my bike back here to Burnaby,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I actually went to high school with that woman that my brother's wife introduced me to. Like, I went to high school with her,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen her in like a million years. And I was like, she's the she like runs the like she's an administrator for like a major, I'm trying not to give away who everybody is in my life, but I mean, she's like an administrator for like a thing in Kamloops that's the big deal. And then
Dork.
I looked at I like, just out of curiosity, like I looked up the other board members, and I knew like 30% of them. Like the board members, like I went to high school with, I went to high school with that guy. I went to high school with that guy. That guy was my best buddy's older brother. I know this person. And I'm like, I knew all these people. And so I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, holy shit, we're the adults now.
Yeah.
Like these idiots I went to high school with are fucking running the show in the city I used to live in.
And the worst part is they're probably still idiots.
I don't know that. No, I mean, I say it is like, they're just
You
people
know what I mean? Like
they're
they're
people I
probably
knew in
like,
high school, and we're like, I was a dumb idiot in high school. They were dumb idiots in high school.
yeah,
You learn, not dumb idiots, you're learning things,
yeah.
right? You're like learning things, and now they're running it. And I'm like, and like I've always known that you and I are adults, but we're
Mhm.
the adults. We fucking run the show. Like we do
Mhm.
the jobs. We are
Yeah.
adults now. We're adults like when we thought. And I was like, this is really late at 48 years old for me to have this epiphany that, holy shit, me and my friends, we're the adults. My dumb
Mhm.
friends from high school, we're the adults now. We are the adults now.
Yeah,
Because I don't
maybe
feel like
like
that.
classically midlife crises weren't people having midlife crisis.
Yeah.
It was just when they finally had to admit they were adults, and then they're like, I'm not ready to admit this yet, so I'm gonna buy a sports car.
Right. And I think that's really part of it. Right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I felt weird. I felt guilt and shame and like regret for like a week. I was like, how did I not know we're the adults? Like, it
Yeah.
was the stupidest thing in the world. I don't know.
Well, I feel like it's like something that you know, but you just don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like you know it, and then you're like, yeah, I know that. And you just kind of like once you would like admit to it, you just kind of parcel it off, and then you
Yeah.
just go back to not feeling like an adult.
No,
Like there's
and
this
I would
thing where
meet people. Oh, go ahead.
they say
Sorry.
your frontal cortex as a male, women it's a little bit younger, but as a male, you don't fully form your frontal cortex till you're 25.
Right.
What they don't tell you is that you never like emotionally feel older than 25
Yeah, I guess that's kind of
without
what it is, right?
constant reminders. Like if my body wasn't an old man body, I would just be obliviously still thinking I was 25.
Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. I
Yeah.
can absolutely see that, because it's like, yeah, it felt weird. It was a weird feeling to
Yeah.
like
No, I
realize we're
get it.
adults.
Like it's almost like launches you into existential crisis.
For a moment.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I snapped back out of it, but
yeah, because it's like you see these other people who are your age doing adult things, and you're like, wait, did I do enough? Am I doing enough?
that's
Am I
so, yeah,
adult
man.
enough?
So like, I'm not sitting on the board of directors for a major infrastructure project in the interior of British Columbia,
That
but
sounds terrible, by the
but I was
way.
like, I was also at work the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's the same age as me. And then I asked him like, hey man, how old are you? And he's like, oh, I'm 29. And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like
Yeah.
30 years older than you. Like, I'm
Oh,
not,
dude.
but I'm like, I am. I'm like, I'm not 30 years old. I'm 20. What is that? 20 years older than him? Yeah,
Dude,
I'm 20
since
years
I
older
work
than
in
that
the
guy.
trades,
And I was like, he's just my age. He's
yeah,
the same guy. But like, you lose that like ability to
yeah.
know who's different ages. And I'm like, shit, fuck, I gotta like do something with my life.
Yeah, for me, it's like since I'm in the trades, when I see people my age and I find out they're my age and they just look so much older. I don't know if I look
Yeah.
45, turning 46, but I don't feel 45 and I don't think of myself as a 45-year-old. Like I kind of do because you know how long you've been around and stuff,
Yeah.
but you see other 45-year-olds doing 45-year-old things like owning property and like having responsibilities at work and stuff. And like, that's not me.
Well, I
But it's
have that.
also, I see
I have
45 year
that, but I
olds.
don't know that I have that. That's the weirdest
I
thing.
see 45-year-olds at my job and they look so much older than me.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
people even like they like find out I'm 45 and they're like, we thought you were like in your early 30s.
Yeah.
And I
A
was
lot of
like,
people think I'm in my late 30s. I'm like, really?
yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing. I feel like I look like a bag of smashed assholes.
And I'm just like, that's because I'm very immature. And
Yeah.
that's my coping mechanism for life.
Yeah. There you go. That
Do you
must
want
be
to
it.
hear another epiphany I had?
I do. I do want to hear that.
So you know how there's like this ADHD thing that
Yeah.
everybody is like self-diagnosing, and it's like you can't pay attention to one thing without switching to the other. I feel like I have that, but with humor. Like I can only listen to something so long before I have to make a joke about it. And like if it's
Like you
like,
can't even do, like have a serious conversation. Like somebody's like, yeah, and then we did it like this. And you're like, ah, you did it. Like
yeah,
it's
no, it's
you
that's
can't help
exactly what
yourself.
it's like. But if it's mature enough, I just like keep it inside, which is
Yeah.
a good thing that I work in the trades because I make some horrible jokes.
Yeah.
But like if I'm talking to like you said, like when you meet those real adults in the wild, I try to keep it in, but it's like I make dark humor jokes and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I say them at work because like as far as I know, I'm not going to get shit canned by HR or anything. But now that we have an HR department,
No, you didn't have one for a while.
we had like the person
Somebody
who
taking
signs
care
your
of it. It was an
checks,
administrator. Yeah, totally.
and like if something comes up, they legally have to address it because of the labor company. But we didn't have someone who was an HR
Yeah, like
person and that's
specifically for
all
that.
they did. But now
Yeah.
we do. And actually, funny story about being an adult and someone who's not being an adult at work. Someone was like, "Okay, let me ask you this because this is one of the most awkward things to deal with in the world.
Okay.
It's probably not as often in office jobs. So
I'll
I'm
tell
not
you.
trying to denigrate you or whatever, but
No, man. I'll tell you. I'll tell you if it is. If it's the
because when
same.
you're a trades guy, there's like gross dudes who can't work anywhere else end up in the
Yeah, they
trade
definitely
sometimes.
can't work in an office for sure.
And there's people who like shit and don't wash their hands after.
Oh yeah, no, that's there's no difference in an office job. I've
Oh,
seen dudes
really?
like, oh, I saw a guy the other day. I
Yeah.
was pissed. I was having a pee in the so I had many stories about this. I work in an office
Mhm.
and our urinal is pube salad by the afternoon. Every fucking day. Every day. And there's piss on
Dude.
the floor every day. I'm like, I work in an office with a bunch of like grown ass people that are professionals. And
Yeah.
there's pubes everywhere and fucking piss all over the floor every day in the urinal. And this has
I
been
just hate
everywhere
when
I've
the women are right. Dudes are
yeah,
gross.
everywhere I've ever worked, it's always been like this. The other day I went into the washroom and there was like a toilet nest, like somebody had built like toilet paper all around
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
toilet, and I guess they took their shit and then they got up and they flushed it, but all the paper fell off. It stuck to their ass cheeks. It was like all around the toilet, and they didn't pick it up. It just left. And I've
Jesus.
watched a person in my from my office piss and then just walk out the door.
Oh, okay. Pissing's like one
I
thing,
know,
like,
but yeah, but no, there I know that there are people that shit and don't
but
wash their
like
hands.
there's
I know
this
it's different.
guy at work who shat, and I'd seen him before, and you know me, like my reaction to notice it because I was like, I peed at the
Yeah.
urinal, then I was washing my hands, and he came out of the stall and walked past me, and I don't. I'm this is Dale here, so I was just like, gross, what the
Yeah,
fuck,
straight up
dude?
yelling. Yeah,
And he was like, what? I was like, you're not gonna wash your hands after you shit? Come on. And then he like reluctantly did. But then like other dudes who maybe aren't as loud and obnoxious as me saw him do it. And they're like, dude, come on. And he was like, I'm a dirty guy, I don't have to, or whatever. So
oh, gross.
like I saw him do it and a couple other guys did.
Yeah,
So I had to have a meeting with HR because like I'm on the like health and
health
safety
and safety
committee.
committee.
So I had to
Yes.
bring it up at the health and safety committee because other workers had addressed it as a health and safety concern. So then I have to bring it up and then it gets like talked about officially and then
Yeah.
it has to officially be dealt with. So I had to have a meeting with HR about this guy who didn't wash his hands and then like just tell him. And then she had to meet with the other two guys. And it's just like, if that's adulting, I want no part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. Totally.
But like,
Yeah.
just like, I just don't like, and it's the worst thing is like, that's the only guy who works there now who I've seen that, but I've seen other dudes just like poop and go. And
Yeah.
it's like,
That's gross.
bro, how do you not have pink eye? Don't you
right?
touch
Or
things?
like, or like that, yeah, E. coli disease or some
Yeah.
shit where you, yeah,
Or
it's just like,
fucking, you're what? You want us to live in Oregon Trail and we all die of dysentery?
I mean, I take the SkyTrain 3 days a week, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that it's like people are just disgusting. There was a dude, rush hour traffic. He's like two knuckles deep in his nose, just like right in the middle of the train, like wall to wall. He's just picking his nose,
Oh,
and
gross.
like,
And then
yeah,
just wiping it up the
yeah, no,
pole.
and he's like touch, and then just grabbing the rail, like grabbing the
Yeah.
pole. I'm like, someone else is gonna grab that later. I'm just like, yeah, this SkyTrain
I
makes me
mean,
angry.
I can't talk about it because I no, at work I'll pick my nose because it gets full of welding dust, so I have to like
Yeah,
clean it out. But I fully acknowledge
public
it's
transit though.
disgusting, and I don't do it on the SkyTrain. And I have baby wipes at work to wipe my finger off after.
There you go.
And
Yeah,
sorry, folks, if you think
I
that's
mean, and
disgusting, but
and it's not to say that we're all human beings. We all have our disgusting moments from time to
mhm.
time where we do something we think nobody's looking and we do something
Yeah,
gross.
you just lie
Don't tell me
about
you
it
don't
in
do it.
public.
Don't tell me that you don't do it. Everybody does that. So yeah, we all make we're gross. We're disgusting. We're fucking
Yeah.
animals. Remember that we're animals, right? Like we
Mhm.
do gross things. But there is a basic baseline for decorum for like when you're interacting in public. And just some people just don't have that. They
Yeah.
just don't have it. They never learned. They were never told. They just don't have it. It's gross. It's disturbing.
Yeah.
Luckily, luckily, I have a very formal mother. So,
Nice. I don't have a formal mother, but she taught me to wash my hands after I
oh
poop.
yeah, totally. No, I'm like, I don't even put my elbows on the table when we're podcasting because I'm worried my mom's gonna yell at me. So, like,
That'd be so funny if like you
it's
just like
like,
did
just
that
want
and
to
then
be,
you just
come
see
right,
like
come
a
right. So,
wooden
Jesus
spoon
Christ,
come from out of screen.
flying out of nowhere. God damn it! Get your elbows off the table. Oh, I'm just podcasting. What the
All
hell,
right.
mom?
Guys, you're gonna have to deal with bad hair because that
Oh,
hat is
you can't do
too
the hat
hot.
anymore. It's too done. You can't
You
have
know
it.
what's the other thing about
Hack the
corduroy? It's
hat.
fucking hot. It
It's
doesn't
hot.
breathe.
It is hot. Yeah.
But yeah, now you
Yeah.
get to go see Fluffball Dale.
Sweet,
Which
sweet, sweet.
it just makes my hair look patchy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any hair, so I'm a little jealous. I gotta tell you.
Oh, is this ableism right now? Me
Yeah,
complaining and playing with my hair?
yeah, they do make prosthetics for my head. If I want to get a wig, I can get a
Yeah.
prosthetic
And
hair.
nobody can tell that they're prosthetics ever.
Oh my god. The really good ones you can't, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
I
have
mean,
one.
it's not
I
even
would
worth it to wear one because as soon as one person notices you have
yeah,
one,
you're fucked.
it's just out.
You're burned. You're spent. And also,
Yeah.
everyone. I did I tell you my driver's license story?
No.
Oh, are
Tell.
you serious? Oh
You
my
might
god.
have, but I forgot.
So I went to ICBC. I hope I didn't tell this on the last podcast that we did. I can't
Mm.
remember when I did this. I went to ICBC. This is our like local licensing bureau, and there's this older Indian lady behind the counter, and she's like,
Insurance
Jeffrey,
Corporation BC.
yeah, Insurance Corporation, British Columbia. We have to get our car insurance. I need to renew my driver's license. She calls me up. I have like my number. She calls me up and she's like, "Can you give me your old license?" So it's like, "Yep, here you go." She like types in my name, types in my information. And he's like, "Jeffrey, I have something to tell you. This time on your driver's license, I have to put your hair color down as bald."
Boom!
And I was
Roast
like,
mode.
so I was like, "What? What?" And I'm like, and I looked at her straight in the face and I'm like, "What if I want to grow it back?" And without missing a beat, she put her hand through the little portal and touched my hand. And she looked at me right in the eyes and she goes, "It's not going to grow back." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Okay, that's
She
fair. That's
touched
fair."
your head.
She touched my hand through the little portal thing and just was like, "It's not going to grow." Like a moment of truth. It's not going to
That's
grow
so
back.
insult to injury. Oh,
But she was so sweet about it that it didn't even bother me. And I was laughing so hard. And
that's amazing.
anyway, she took my picture and showed, and it's actually like I have the world's greatest license picture. It looks
Oh
so
my
good.
god,
Like I don't
mine.
even
I
think,
look like a murderer.
dude, I look great in my
Yeah,
picture. It's a miracle. But then
nice.
because you get your slip first, you get your yellow piece of paper, like your
Yeah,
temporary permit before you get your official license given to you. And it's like eyes, green, sex, male, hair, bald. I was like, God damn it, it's true, it's real now. And then I was like, okay, this is great. So I've been showing people this like bald thing
yeah.
on my driver's license, and I'm kind of like, oh, she's like, has anything else changed since the last time you updated your license? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a little bit fatter. And she's like, what's your weight? And I told her my weight. I'm 230 pounds. And she's like, oh, that's not so bad. And I was like, she was so nice about it. So she updated my weight and my hair color to bald. A few weeks go by, I get my license back, and it's only 3 characters. Which 3 characters is bald? What would you say 3 characters on your license is bald? What would you say?
BLD.
It's BAL, like singular ball. It says ball, hair ball on my license now. Hair ball. I would have said BLD too. It now says hair
That's
ball on my
hilarious.
license. So yeah, eyes green, sex male, hair ball.
Yeah. And now you can be like, I'm kind of balling.
I'm kind of ball. I'm like a singular ball up here. Cue balling.
Ladies, balling. Built-in dad joke.
That's my license story.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yep. But one thing that yeah. So I'll never know. I'll never have my hair color back on my license again. It's terrifying. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of hair color, do you want to get into one of our stories?
Oh yeah, it's only been half an hour.
It's only been half an hour.
Let's talk about
gingers.
Oh yeah.
So okay, this is another thing where you send me the list of things and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I look, and then I remember like my algorithm, and I've seen a couple of these things where it's like when you find out you're black, and it's like this dude with red hair dancing really well, and I'm like, what is happening here? And then I don't know what this is about, and so this is the story. So tell me the story about.
Okay, so someone on TikTok, like Diara the Root Worker, she posted this thing, and she's basically like, I just want to remind everybody that all gingers are black. And I was like, what? And then so she was like saying like I can't remember. It's just like, hold on, like
so it's weird.
So the article didn't say the science behind it.
I know a little bit about this, and she didn't say it either. She just said gingers are black.
Yeah,
and I actually know the science behind this.
What is
and it's something?
Science?
It's shared African genes.
Okay,
that's all it is. It's not that you're black. It's just that you have African DNA. People with red hair have a higher percentage of African DNA in them.
That's it. Also means that you have Neanderthal DNA.
Correct.
Too.
That's the other part of it too, right? So like you basically what the science says is that you have like origin genes.
Okay.
Right. So people across all cultures have red hair. That's another thing that people don't tell you.
God, I'm so happy you're on this podcast to explain stuff like this. Like,
oh, really? Okay, yeah. So people in all cultures can have red hair. Like Indian people can have red hair. Like they can all have red hair because it's like a genetic mutation throwback to Neanderthal and African genes. So somebody on TikTok was like, gingers are black, and then that caught fire, and then it's like pseudoscience catching fire, basically is what happened. But anyway, I didn't want to spoil the story, but that's the story.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So, but now, like since she posted that, it happened to this thing where it's like almost like this like weird thing where it's like it's good and it's bad because it's funny because people are finding common ground and they're like bonding over it. Like
totally.
And then like there's other people, like there's all these people with testimonials about how like they were bullied as a kid because they were ginger and stuff. And it's like, if you're Dale and Jeff's age 48, you remember when you're a teenager that there was like legit ginger bullying that everybody was just okay with. Like there was a term, beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah. Totally.
And and it's just like
Don Cherry said that in a hockey in one of the like the Rock'em Sock'em videos.
Oh no!
Gilmore skates around him and he beats him like a redheaded stepchild. He's like, it's like in Rock'em Sock'em 2 or some shit like that. There's like an actual quote from that. I'm like, whoa, my god, we watched that as children.
Yeah, and then there's all this stuff about like how people who were ginger said that they felt like the black people of white people, like they were the ones who were like
they're an outcast or they're shunned or they're made fun of because they're discriminating against because they look different. Right? Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Dude, and there's this one guy who was saying he was like when he was 12-year-olds beat him up because he was ginger, and I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, man. It's like a whole thing, right? There used to be like this big joke. There was like International Kick a Ginger Day.
Yeah, that's from South Park, isn't it?
Oh, is that what it's from? Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. And then like saying that all the time.
South Park started this thing where like gingers don't have souls, and that was like, I gotta say that was like early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s. Yeah,
that was like a big thing. So it's like, and then it was like, then like people were like started like Jeff was saying pseudoscience, like backing it up, like talking about how at some point in your lineage there was a black person and they passed down the genes and that's why you got red hair and stuff. But I like your explanation. Like
Well,
my toddler has red hair and
our son had red hair till he was 5.
oh really?
Yeah, and then it just now he has dark brown hair. So I don't know. Like we thought
Ah,
he was going to be redhead for sure, but like he ended up having it went away.
okay, yeah, because hers is
So
like
I talked to my parents about that too. My mom and dad
yeah.
were like, "You were like white blonde until you were 4." I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, interesting. I had no idea." So
Dude,
I saw
I
some
was
pictures.
born with black hair.
Really?
Like I had black hair on my head and it all fell out and then it grew back blonde,
Huh. Yeah,
which is
like
weird.
Arlie's hair turned he turned like kind of darker brown after he had lice when he was like a kid. What do you do? Are you looking in your beard?
Yeah, there is some red in it.
Yeah, I
It
had red
used
in
to
my
be
beard.
worse before it went gray.
So the red part of my beard was my chin, and
Yeah.
it's gone now. It's all just gray. But
Yeah.
and I got brown. I just have brown on the side, and then the sides of my beard are like actually gray all the way up.
Yeah. So like
So I have a
nobody
beard. I have a beard all the way across here, but this whole top half and bottom part's gray.
nice. I don't.
I guess I'm old now. I'm
Even
the
though I'm
adult.
45, turning
Yeah,
46, I
man.
can't grow a
My
beard.
brother, my
It's still
brother's
patchy up
45.
here.
He's 45. He's turning 46 in September, and he's the same thing. He has like perfectly dark hair and his beard. I started going gray when I was like 38.
That's the stress. You
It's
laugh
the
too
stress.
much.
Dude, my heart's
I'm
pounding right
going
now
gray
just thinking
too,
about this.
but you can't tell in my hair because it's
Right, because you
like
have blonde hair.
blonde.
Yeah,
But when I get my hair cut, half of the hair that's on the like
it's
thing
gray.
is
It's
gray.
gray.
It's
Yeah,
wild. It's like you cut it and it changes color. Like
yeah.
I'm Rapunzel.
That happens when I trim my beard too. If I like take the shaver to my beard and trim it
Yeah.
all off, it's like a pile of gray hair. There's like hardly any dark in it. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
crazy.
fuck? But there really isn't that much dark left. I have like just these 2 strips here.
Hmm.
Wait, but even my mustache, like it is mostly gray at the top, and it's like weirdly dark through the here and the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
It's just shadowing.
I'm
Yeah. So this redhead thing, like, I don't know. I was like, I kind of wanted to research it more and then I didn't. Sorry, guys.
That's
Got
okay. I did the
distracted.
research already. I already knew
Got
the answer
distracted
to
being roast moded by my toddler about my boobies.
that.
But yeah.
Getting boomed out with your by your toddler. That's
So
amazing.
if you see this thing in your algorithm, like about like redheads and like
Do
black
your
people being the
research. Do
same
your
thing or
research.
whatever.
Find out. You're not black. You just but I get it. I get the understanding of how you would jump to that.
Yeah.
Like that's not, it's like it's pretty horrible when you think about it, right? Like I don't think you could ever say I feel like the black people of white people. I think that's kind of an erroneous thing to say, but I
Yeah.
get it. You're marginalized within a group of your own peers, and that
Mhm.
does suck. And like I got a buddy who's got red hair, and I've literally don't care. Like I don't care. Like I went through all that stages of like seeing other people hating on ginger people, and I'm like, they just have red
Yeah.
hair. They're not different. They're just, and it's rare. It's interesting, right? I don't know.
Mhm.
Like we went to journalism school with a redheaded lady, and we both know her, and she's fantastic. Like it's, I don't think she's weird. Anyway,
Since we're talking about race relations, you
nice,
want
good
to talk have
segue.
the most awkward conversation two white guys can have
Oh, do we have to? Oh my
about
god,
two.
am I going to get canceled for this?
Um, I feel
Cancel
like we
Bailey.
should. Well, I'm only. It only came up like I didn't really hear about the song, and I heard about the song. I was like, Kanye
Oh,
West is still crazy,
oh
or
no,
he.
no.
He
I don't want to talk.
he.
I don't know anything about this. I
Okay,
don't know anything
so
about the song. I don't know anything about Kanye West. Dale actually texted me and he was like, "Hey, have you heard the new Kanye West song?" And I texted him back, "No shit. What did I text you back?" I haven't heard any new music since
oh
2007.
yeah,
That's what
and,
I said to you.
and then I texted you back. It's big yikes.
That's yeah. So I was just
Yeah.
like, "Oh god, I haven't heard it and I don't think I'm going to
But
ever
like I
hear it."
was gonna like sidestep this or whatever, but
Yeah.
then Joe Rogan talked about it to one of
Uh-oh.
his guests, Tom Segura. So they're
Okay.
basically what they said was like, can you believe this fucking song this guy put
Oh
out?
my god.
It's crazy. You shouldn't be able to do that or whatever. And they're like, it does have a good beat, which by the way, I'm not a Kanye West guy, but I don't think it has a good beat.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, it has a good beat, but it's fucking crazy that he said this. It's crazy they put this song out. And then people are like, Joe Rogan's praising this song when he isn't. And then it just turned into
Oh,
this thing.
that
It's
must have made
like
you mad.
are we allowed to talk about how fucking crazy Kanye West is for making a song called Hail Hitler, where the chorus
God.
is N-word, Hail Hitler? Like,
And then
that statement alone.
he's probably like protected under the Free Speech Act or something,
No,
where he's
it's
like, I
banned
can
on
do
every
this,
platform.
and it's artistic, and I can do it. Then how did everybody hear it?
It's on Twitter.
Oh my
Twitter
God.
doesn't ban anything, but like you can't find it on
Well, I'm not on
Spotify or
Twitter,
anything.
so all right. Well, I'll never
But
be able. I'm never gonna hear it.
okay,
So
that's fine. I listened to it once, so you
yeah,
don't have to.
and that was enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough. It's Kanye West. I don't like his
Ugh,
music at all.
fuck that guy.
There isn't a single song of Kanye West that I liked.
Yeah,
Like I remember listening to like that fucking his first album,
yeah.
Graduation or whatever, and then he's rapping about people not going to college, and I was like, all right, this guy sucks. He's just telling people not to go to college.
I don't think I've ever
When
actually listened to Kanye West ever, like in
yeah,
my life. And I'm not saying that as like a flex or anything, or to be
yeah,
like non-controversial. I just haven't. I just don't give a fuck. I have never listened to his music. I don't think. Not
yeah,
even.
it
What
just
does he
sounded
sing?
like
What's he?
real
What was he originally famous for?
his music
Yeah, but
producing.
which music? What?
Graduation. That his first album was like 98 or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know
And it was like
he has shoes because my son was like, I want a pair of Yeezys. I'm like,
Yeezys, yeah.
no, you're not getting Yeezys.
Mhm.
Sorry. You're not spending my money on that idiot's shoes.
Well, guess what? He can't get Yeezys anymore because when West came out as an absolute batshit crazy black supremacist. If you don't know what that is, there's this guy Farrakhan or whatever. It's
Yeah,
this
Louis
whole thing where
Farrakhan.
it's like they basically blame slavery on Jewish people selling their people or whatever.
Oh
So
man.
like that's the background
Yeah.
of Kanye West beef. And then I don't think Kanye West has like a Jewish problem. I think Kanye West has a I was married to a Kardashian problem.
Okay.
Because
Oh, is that why he's famous? He was married to like one of the Kardashians?
no, he was
I
way
thought that was
famous before
Jay-Z.
that.
Who's Jay-Z married to?
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Okay, I'm way out of there. Okay, I don't
But
know.
that's
I'm out
another
of my
one where
depth
it's like
here.
she was like almost like a groomed child bride, but we're not going to talk about that
Oh
because
God.
it's just depressing. But like so
Oh,
Kanye, he got super like he was a super good producer and like he produced tracks and like made good beats or whatever. And then he like started rapping on stuff and then he made a couple albums and then like everybody wouldn't stop talking about how good Kanye West was and I never got it because I guess I'm not a rap or hip hop guy.
yeah, me neither.
But anyway,
Man,
so
we are out of our depth on this
yeah,
subject matter in so many different ways.
but like the lyrics to the song, like it opens up with it's like you took my children away from me, you debanked me. Like those are the lyrics that he's talking
Oh,
about what actually happened. But that's all Kim Kardashian shit. That's not the Jewish people as a whole.
eh.
That's you married someone who happened to be Jewish and is famous and had
Wait, wait,
money
wait, wait,
and
wait, wait,
took
wait, wait. Kim Kardashian's Jewish?
yeah, I think.
I don't have to fact check that.
Do it. Fact checked it.
All right, I'm on it. You keep talking. I'll figure
Yeah.
this out.
Well, I mean, I can't really go further. I thought she was. Is it Kardashian like a Jewish name? Oh no,
No,
wait, she might be Armenian.
Armenian.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, okay. So yeah, the song makes less sense now because he says you took my kids away from me, you debanked me, but it was his ex-wife who took the kids away from him and like sued for custody and stuff. Oh, maybe he's talking about the lawyers. Anyways, I probably just got myself in
Yeah,
shit.
they're Armenian. They're not Jewish.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
Sorry.
Christian and Catholic.
My
Said
problem.
Kim
My bad.
Kardashian in Vogue.
Yeah.
No,
So
they're
anyway,
Armenian. Armenian and Jewish are very, very different things.
yeah, they are. That's big egg on my face.
I was like,
Anyway, yeah.
Kim Kardashian's Jewish. I don't know, Dale. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the internet. I'm pretty sure I don't need Google for this, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounded like a Jewish last name to me.
No, it's Armenian. It's not even
I
the
guess.
same thing. I'm sure there's Armenian Jewish people.
Yeah, I
I'm sure
mean,
there's a lot, but like,
that's the other thing too. Like this whole how the states are gonna like they have all this free speech, but they're actually gonna start hate speech laws, and the one they're gonna do is anti-Semitism.
yeah, well, that makes sense.
But it's like so confusing because you have the nationality like Israeli, you
Yeah,
have the religion like the Islam, no, not Islam, Judaism. Jesus, fucking get it together, Dale. And you have I said nationality, the religion, and then you have the political parties like from Israel. So it's like, how are all the, it's like you can't like, it's hard because it's like you can't like say what Netanyahu is doing is bad because then people are like, well, that's anti-Semitic. So it's like, because they're like trying to make the laws like just loose enough that they can like rope that in so that like Zionism is part of the religion and it's like two separate things.
Right.
So it's like all crazy. And then you have like, did I tell you what black supremacy was?
Not in so many words. I mean,
I'm
I
kind of
have
like
a
word salad about this because I'm like very
okay.
scared to talk about it. But
Okay.
black supremacy. So like I think in a Public Enemy song, he's like fair, like there's this lyric, Farrakhan is a prophet. I think you all should listen to.
That's Public Enemy.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
did I
Is that what you
say?
just said? I don't know. You
Yeah,
said
I
something
said
else.
Public
No.
Enemy.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, he said that, but Farrakhan is like this old guy who's been a black supremacist forever.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, I did mention that like they blame um slavery on the Jews and stuff, which is crazy. I don't want to get into all that stuff, but that's just crazy from the get.
We're treading dangerous waters.
Yeah, maybe I should have even brought this subject up, but I just wanted to be like, my whole point
Yep.
about this is we got to be able to talk about shit like this because it
Yeah,
is
you're right.
crazy.
You're right. And the it's that whole thing where like if you're silent on something, you're complicit about it or blah blah blah
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right? Like I don't actually ascribe to that thing. I think that's kind of bullshit at times because you can do things in other ways where you don't have to be loud about shit.
Oh
But
yeah, no. Silence
I
isn't
think
complicity.
talking about it at least starts a conversation somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You know what this
silence.
conversation makes me want to do?
What?
Run into a bunker.
You nice segue. You want to move on?
Thank you. Yes, I want to move on
This
so
is actually
bad.
the subject I was most horned up about to talk
Oh,
about
okay.
on
Well,
this
then take it
podcast.
away, Dale.
Okay, so I was just defending Joe Rogan talking on his
Does
podcast.
he have a bunker?
No, but
Okay.
another podcaster I listened to, which is going to rub even more people the wrong way, is Tucker Carlson.
Oh God.
So if you could stomach, actually, if you could stomach Tucker Carlson, he's got a
I
really annoying laugh. He was on Fox TV. I know that's like a big red flag for most people,
big
but he
red
does
flag.
actually have a really good podcast and he does have really good guests if you're into like conspiracy theories and like
Oh,
alternative
Lord.
thoughts and stuff.
Alternative
Not
thoughts.
alternative thoughts, but like alternative like
You know what?
viewpoints and stuff.
Just I'm cutting you off, but this is hilarious.
Yeah.
The other day, my wife's like, "Where do you want to go on a vacation?" And I'm like, "You know, it'd be rad. Go Beckley Tepe. Let's go to
Oh
Turkey. I
yeah.
want to go see this old city that probably existed before regular reports of humanism." I was like, "Fuck, Dale's in my head." Sorry, I cut you off.
Whatever. Hey, Turkey. But yeah, like guys like Graham Hancock, you're not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah,
that on not
yeah.
Joe Rogan and stuff.
I would
But
never
like,
have known about Graham Hancock if it
yeah,
wasn't for you. And now I'm like, I gotta go Beckley Tepe.
right. And
Yeah.
the thing about Tucker Carlson is he'll have guys like that on. Like he had this Daryl Cooper guy who's like this crazy historian, but he got a lot of backlash about because of what they're talking about World War II. And then he had like some other guys on, but he had I gotta pull up the article because I gotta know her name. So he has sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That's me. I
This
yawned.
is
I'm
this
very
is what
tired. I've been
happens when I
working all
computer and
day.
talk at the same time.
I know. You need me to fill the dead air for a second? I don't know what to say. Um, I used to dream of having a bunker, and like
Nice.
not for. I guess it's for a different kind of escapism. I wanted to go to like just somewhere to chill.
Yeah, put video games in it.
Yeah, like video games, some drinks, some snacks,
Yeah.
and like a nice comfy couch like that I can lay down in and like just relax, like a relaxation bunker, a
Like
zen
a man
lounge,
cave.
a bunker zen. Yeah, like a man cave. I'm not going to call it a man cave because it's not going to be like a man cave. Everyone's
Yeah.
welcome in my bunker, but no, they're not. It's just for me. Never
Yeah,
mind.
like it's like as soon as you call it a man cave, it just sounds like you're a cuck as soon as you
Yeah,
go into it.
I like, man, seriously, every time, like, oh my god, this is so terrible. Allie, when we watch, my wife and I, when we watch like House Hunters, and the guy's like, I need a man cave. I'm like, that guy's a douche. Immediately,
Yeah.
that guy's a douche. That guy beats his wife, he's an idiot. I'm like, yeah, you don't it's 2025. You don't have to have a man cave. You can just have a nice Zen bunker. You can have a Zen bunker.
Ooh, Zen bunker. I like
Zen
that.
bunker. That's where I'm at. That's
You
where I'm
can
at in my
unlock
life.
your Kundalini serpent that's coiled up at your
Oh,
base of your
hell yeah.
in your butthole.
So I'm talking about let those chakras out, just chill in my lounger,
Yeah.
my lounge
Like that
chair.
that's another thing about like how before I was talking about having like ADHD, but it's
Yeah.
comedy. As soon as like anybody starts talking about spirituality and stuff, so there's this
You
thing.
go right to the butthole.
Well, it's that's the point, is like your Kundalini serpent is like you have this coiled energy in your
I don't.
like
It makes
butthole
me uncomfortable
chakras.
when you say kundalini, and I don't know why. It sounds like you're mixing up cunnilingus and cannoli. I'm like, I don't
But
want food
it
and
is
sex to
called
be together.
Kundalini. That's the proper
Okay.
verbiage,
All
Jeffrey.
right. Yeah.
You better get used to it if you want to
I
reach the
don't.
spiritual plane.
I can't. I'm gonna go sun my. I'm
So
gonna
it's
go
like,
get sunshine on my yoni. I'll
yeah,
be
you
right
have
back.
your 7 chakras, and one of the ways to, like I said, like escape the present world and go into like the universal consciousness is to work on your like um meditation and tantric stuff to get
I
in
need
touch
to.
with your body, to unleash your kundalini serpent, which is like a pool of energy that's in your bottom
I
chakra.
need to open my Kundal bundle and
Yeah,
just let it ride.
and it like goes up your chakras, it goes out the top of your head.
Okay.
But the comedy part is the kundalini thing is in your butthole. Like it's
It always.
basically where
It's
a dude's
that's where
prostate is.
it's everything. That's where
And I
everything comes
can't
from.
not make butthole jokes about it. So I feel like I'm
Buttholes
going
are
to stop
funny. That's a
myself from
fact.
reaching universal consciousness
Because
just
every
because
time
I
you
can't stop making butthole jokes.
right. So like if the center of your entire world comes from your butthole, you can't deal with that because it's literally you're gonna make a butthole joke. So your Kundalini serpent will stay forever locked
Mhm.
in that position because you can't not make a butthole joke.
And one of the things, one of the like occult theories of why homosexuality was frowned upon is because you smash your kundalini and then you like wreck the like flow of the energy, or
Oh
you
God.
accidentally release it and you're like kundalini serpent unravels before you're emotionally and spiritually ready, and then you launch into psychosis.
Yeesh.
So anyways,
Yikes. Comes from the butthole.
I
You gotta
can't
make a
remember
joke about
why
it.
I thought of that, but I
Why
just
do you
thought of
know
it.
so much about this stuff?
I know a lot about buttholes.
I knew. I don't know what. I just lobbed that one right to you. I don't know what I even
Hey,
thought.
thanks for the spicy meatball. I stuck it out of the park.
Oh, God. Like I know a thing or two about chakras. I did some meditation. I'm trying to like learn how to,
Oh,
center
did you,
and zen
Jeff?
myself. I did. I do still.
Nice.
Yeah, just to like get centered and grounded, etc. That kind of thing. This is
Mm-hmm.
the first time I've ever heard of the Kundalini bundle, but serpent. But
I do.
chakra stuff
Do
I've
you
been
have a
doing.
mantra for when you meditate?
No, I simply just try to clear my mind. I just try to think about nothing. That's the whole jam. So it's not really a mantra. It's more of a just I keep trying to go to the same place. So the same
Yeah.
place for me is like I try to get my breathing circular, and then I try
Yeah.
to go to the same place I go every time. And by same place I go every time when I get off track and my thoughts wander, which they always do because that's the practice of meditation. It's never
Mm-hmm.
perfect. It's a Lego treehouse in the sky,
Oh, nice.
right?
So I start like I think it's called transcendental meditation,
Yeah.
but they say like I don't do it. I don't follow it. I didn't read it, but I just heard that you're supposed to get like a simple mantra that you repeat and then you can focus on that mantra. So what I say is mind into body, body into mind. And I go mind into body on my exhale and
Yeah.
body into mind on my inhale.
Oh,
And
there
I
you go.
think of myself, I vision myself in a the like just out in space,
Yeah.
and there's like that donut of energy, how it like
Yes. Halo.
that's like going, and on my body's in the center of that donut. So
Yeah.
as I'm breathing out, the energy goes out around, and then as I'm breathing in, it goes back up through me. So it's like I'm taking all the energy from the universe and passing it through my body
Oh,
and then exhaling it out the top of my head. And then it goes into my butthole, then out of my head, then into my
so
butthole, and then out. And I still haven't unlocked my Kundalini serpent.
so I have a very actually I do have a similar one that I do this guided meditation, and one
Yeah.
of the rules of it is you have to have your feet on the ground. So I usually lay on the end of my bed with my feet down and my
Yeah.
feet touching the floor. And part of the thing is you're bringing in a pink pool of energy from the ground. So when you breathe in, it's coming
Yeah.
in through your feet and up through your legs and into your lungs. and then you
Okay.
exhale it. And it's the same idea. It's that cyclical breathing part, like you were talking
Yeah.
about. It just doesn't involve my butthole. I'm bringing the energy through my feet
Hmm.
into my body, and then
Yeah.
exhaling it out.
Yeah, dude, one of the craziest things is like sometimes when I do it, like sometimes I like I just said, I imagine myself in space, but sometimes I imagine myself like on Earth, but it's like this weird, like it's like you're on Earth, but you can like kind of feel how you're like, it's not like, I don't know, because it's like when you're just walking around in the world, you feel in the world,
Yeah,
you don't feel on the earth. But sometimes when I meditate, I'll envision myself like on the earth, just like this
yeah, you're connected
spinning.
to it.
So it's like you said, you like suck the energy out of the earth and up into the stars, and then it comes back
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
And it's like, if you think about it, and then you feel like there's this weird thing that happens when you feel like you're on the earth instead of just in the world, and it's just like fucking trips your mind out.
yeah. Yeah, and if you and that's the part of the practice is to get to that point, because it's super
Mhm.
hard to get there, right? Like, I don't know about you, my brain moves a mile a minute, so I'm thinking about 47 things at any given time. So like, even when I try to meditate, I get lost so quickly, it's hard to come back
Yeah.
to center. So I prefer guided meditations. I can't really do it on my own.
Yeah,
So
see, that's the strength of the mantra. So like if you come and like there's like some people say you're not even supposed to tell each other your mantra
right,
because it's supposed to
I'm
be
one with
secret.
the force is with me. I'm one with the force
Yeah,
is with me.
exactly. Or
Yeah,
eat out,
yeah,
cheat out.
yeah,
Like
yeah, there's lots of different
where
ones.
energy go or where attention goes,
Energy,
energy flows.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like like me, like I was like you, like I couldn't concentrate. I'd be like try to meditate and I just like start thinking about shit. But when I think about it and you match it up to your breathing, it kind of just locks you in.
yeah, yeah, that's
And
totally
or
fair.
another one is like sometimes I'll change it up and I'll be like sometimes I'll do it in the water just for a couple seconds. So like I don't know, it's like my sci-fi brain's like if I meditate, can I suck the energy out of the ocean? So I'll be like
Maybe.
me into sea, sea into me, and I'll be like
Yeah.
trying to suck all the energy out of the ocean. Or like I'll do it to a tree and I'll be like me into tree, tree into me. And it never
Interesting.
works.
So yeah, but you can change
I
the
never
mantra
suck a
to
tree
suit the
dry.
moment. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I get that.
But like I'm not like telling you to do it. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
that
I see what you're doing. I
it
totally get
helped
it.
my thoughts from racing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, I'm pretty good about that now. I can get to sleep relatively quickly. It used to
Mhm.
be not the case. I think a lot of that largely is like just not using my phone for the last half an hour of
Oh
every
yeah.
night. Just like makes a huge difference too.
Oh dude, I don't know. I just like I don't get enough sleep, so I fall asleep really easily.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Just stay up too late, then you'll go to bed
I
easy.
can't. I can't stay up late.
Mhm.
Like I'm yawning right now because it's like 10 after 9. And I'm like,
It
and
is
I
10
like
after 9.
I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. I'm a sleepy boy.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's funny how we just had like a conversation on meditation.
that's awesome. I
Are
love
we a
that. We're the
mindfulness
adults.
podcast
Yeah,
now?
we're a mindfulness podcast and we're
The
health
other
and
thing
wellness
too I want to
influencers.
say is like on the Duncan Trussell podcast, he was saying something about like working on yourself spiritually and stuff.
Yep.
And there's this, I think he said it was either Hinduist or Buddhist. There's a saying that is tend to the garden you can touch. And that just means
Yeah.
tend to the parts of the garden you could touch. So it's like if you're trying to make changes with yourself, like meditation or whatever, and a lot of the times it just feels overwhelming because there's too much. Like you're like, every time I meditate, I can't concentrate or whatever. That's fine. Just do what you can and like don't think about the whole picture. Just think like don't think about the whole garden. Think about the plant that's beside you. That's what the whole saying means. So it's like
Yeah.
you work on
Well,
that plant and then you move to a different plant.
and even then, I can take it one step further. Like
Yeah.
if you think of it like corn.
Yeah.
So you have a stalk of corn, but the ears of corn haven't grown onto it yet. You
Mhm.
can't think about the corn, like the future ears of corn. It's not there yet. You can only think about the plant that's there.
Yeah.
Right. So like tend to the garden you have. I can't I can't eat the corn. I can only
Mhm.
water the plant to get the corn eventually.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And then you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay. So you want to talk about bunkers?
Sure. Man,
Why did I bring up kind of I can't remember.
because I said Zen bunker because that's what I do in my bunker is
Oh
I'd hang out and I go
yeah.
Zen bunker. Yeah.
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 Dude, is Zen bunker loot. Oh,
I
and
know. I'm
have
onto
you heard
something
of
here.
like this term grounding, like where you like you were saying, you
Yeah.
put your feet on the ground, but you like go outside onto the earth and like
Yes.
suck up
Yeah.
earth energy.
Andrea was telling me about that.
A Zen bunker would be so
It'd
good
be
for
so
that.
rad. You have like a little patch of bare earth inside the bunker that
Oh
you can
yeah,
just
and you
stand on.
just suck all the energy out of the
Right?
earth and get superpowers.
That's what I'm talking about. Right?
I mean, it
Like
doesn't
the whole
happen.
thing can be a concrete or steel bunker, but you have to have a little natural patch of earth at the ground at the bottom.
Okay.
See? Are you looking for bunkers right now?
No,
you
I'm
like
looking at this.
he's
Okay.
you're on MLS looking for bunkers.
I fucked up. In my notes, I linked a story that you have to pay for. So I
Of course
can't
you do.
remember her name. Okay, so what happened was the whole reason I was looking this up and the whole reason I was talking about Tucker Carlson
Yeah.
is a former US Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. She was woman, she was on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
And she was this in like I want to say 1990 or something, like pretty far back.
Yeah.
So she goes on the Tucker Carlson podcast. Here, I gotta look up her name. I can't do it dirty like that. I'm just gonna look up the Tucker Carlson podcast quickly and look for the names, but I'll say what she was like talking about. So she's talking about how like there's this like it's good because it's like all about the deep state, which is like you don't think Tucker Carlson's gonna talk about like I don't know, maybe. I'm not familiar with what Tucker Carlson used to be. I only like heard what people like
wasn't
basically
he like a pundit?
That he was like some right-wing
really
chud.
remember. Yeah.
That's all I'd ever heard or thought about him. So I only know him from his new podcast. And he's like, if you're into conspiracy theories, he's a guy to look into because it's like, he's not just one of those guys who's like, oh, here's this conspiracy I heard of. He's like a guy who like can get a person who used to be in Bush's government to come on and talk about the deep state.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him. Like he's not on my radar at all.
Yeah, so I only like I saw him like remember that was a big falling out and then he started his show on
Yeah, didn't he get like fired from Fox or something?
Yeah, he got fired because he had Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on and they're talking about
are you still on that?
Am I still sucking Robert Kennedy's dick?
Yeah.
To the balls, Jeff.
Oh my god. Okay.
To the balls.
All right. Okay. All right. Are we gonna end this podcast on a sour note? Cool.
I don't agree with his like Israel viewpoints.
And I don't cause autism or any of the other things that he's.
Well, no, one of the things he's the guy who taught me about how they spray wheat with glyphosate. So he'll always have good guy status.
A little special. Oh my god.
A little special place.
All right.
And his
is he going to be in your Zen bunker with you?
Yeah. His fucking things about vaccines, I'm not going to deny or support him, but he did make a really good point. He said that they had aluminum and mercury in the vaccines, and then they said they weren't that bad because they didn't they tested they shot them in monkeys.
What about all the good things Hitler did?
They tested them, and then the mercury disappeared in their body, so they thought that it went away, and then they cut the monkey's head off, and then they sliced open the brain, and the mercury is in the brain. So if these vaccines are breaking the blood-brain barrier and the mercury is going into your brain, then it'll fuck you up. I don't know if it'll cause autism, but it'll fuck you up. But I vape, so I can't really say anything about anything.
You can't say shit.
So I'm not defending his views on vaccines. I'm just saying if mercury or aluminum's going in your brain, it'll fuck you up. But
that is true.
I also don't use pit stick because aluminum might go in my brain.
So you don't use any at all?
No.
And there hasn't been an HR complaint on you at work yet? Dale stinks.
Anybody who's met me in real life, do I smell like BO?
No, you're not at all.
Exactly. I've been blessed by God. I just don't get BO in my armpits.
I smell like
BO my sweat comes up my back.
It's out your back.
Weird.
That's
and my forearms.
Really?
My forearms get wet because Andrea it'll be hot out and she'll touch me. She'll be like, ew, why do you have lizard arms? Because they get wet and then they get cooled off from the breeze.
Yeah, that's what sweat's supposed to do. Oh, interesting.
But
this is my fault for getting you off topic to RFK. Well, we're talking about bunkers and we've got 5 minutes. So let's make this quick because I got to get back to my bathroom to paint it.
Okay.
Not the toilet, the paint.
Catherine Fitz. I just found it.
Okay.
It's an episode from the Tucker Carlson show from April 28th.
Okay.
Highly recommend. Tucker Carlson's a lot. I get it. His laugh is annoying. I get it. He does have conservative views where he always talks about how women shouldn't go to war, which I don't know. Feel how about that how you will, and how he's like super like into guns and conservatives, and it's like weird because I just remembered him as the bow tie guy. Anyways,
Oh yeah, he does have a bow tie. You're right.
listen to the podcast because what she said, like Tucker Carlson, you can like or hate him, but the
Right.
guest is magnificent. What she talks about is great. So, here, I'm just going to pull up the synopsis of the
Okay.
episode. Um, so former Bush administrative official Catherine Austin Fitts on how America's leaders gave up on the country in the 90s, began stealing trillions, and built a digital prison to control the population. All right, I don't remember the digital prison part.
You're like that doesn't sound right.
That makes it sound stupid. So what she was saying that like
Yeah, it's that.
because basically the Pentagon like budget,
Yeah.
it's like they never made it and it's always blown and they don't know where there's all this like
Right.
dark money in the US government. And it's funny because you hear this thing about
I wish I had
how
some dark money.
yeah, me too. Where can I get some of that
Yeah.
secret money?
Hook me up.
You hear this thing about the Pentagon, like how they failed the audit for the
Yeah.
eighth year in a row.
Yeah.
The funny thing is they've only done the audit on the Pentagon for 8 years.
Yeah.
So it's failed every time they tried, but they didn't even used to try.
Yeah. Because they knew they weren't going to find anything.
Yeah. So what she's
Sorry.
saying is the world elites, the deep state. I like what she says because she's like they talk about who's running the world or whatever. Like, and nobody ever knows. They always just say the deep state, but she calls the person or persons Mr. Global. And I really like that term for
Oh,
who's the head of the deep state.
is that like Pitbull's brother, Mr. Worldwide and Mr.
Yeah.
Global?
Mr. Worldwide was taken. Dale! Did you know I only found out about that like 2 years ago?
Yeah, I know. I
The
remember
whole
there's a whole
Dali thing?
episode
It's so
about it.
funny.
I remember watching the episode of this podcast about it.
Okay. So what's been happening was the deep state or whoever, like whoever's in charge, like
Yeah.
like
Mr.
the
Worldwide.
group, the they thems, the real they thems. So they were siphoning money off the taxpayer
Yeah.
and giving it to billionaires to put into space programs because they wanted to do things. They wanted to leave Earth
Right.
and go settle and like have a breakaway civilization, or they wanted to build bunkers so they could survive a catastrophic event that would kill everybody, like that show Paradise, which if
Right.
you haven't
I
watched,
have watched it. It's unreal. It's super
fucking
good.
watch it. It's amazing.
Is it over? It's currently in a season break or something?
Yeah, first season's done.
Yeah.
Waiting for season 2.
So good.
Oh, it's so good. But basically,
Yeah, it's
the
that.
plot of that show is what she's talking about.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So,
The
but
elite
she was
get-
saying like the government takes like one of the ways that they get some of this money is they take this money and they give it to like private business people, like billionaires to do space shit, like Enter Blue Horizon,
Right.
SpaceX, and those people like take that money and they funnel it back into like technology and getting us off the planet. So that's why like how NASA
Yeah.
has subcontracted to Elon Musk to do all their SpaceX, which on one hand you're like, don't give to Elon Musk this money because he's terrible or whatever. But on the other hand, the only other option is Boeing, and they can't even keep the like doors on their planes.
Oh, they're regular. Well, because the planes are from the 1960s. So.
Yeah, and the other thing, like Boeing is so backed up because they basically they used to have this like super good culture about quality first, and then they just like got one of those fucking boards in that just wanted to make as much money as they can, and now they just fell off a cliff. And Donald Trump can't even get Air Force One updated, and it's 40 years old. So he's taking a plane from Qatar because they're giving him one.
I knew we were going to talk about this. Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up because that's basically it. So it's not enough.
There's no other story there.
But right, I just wanted to use that as a side point on why Elon Musk is getting money, because Boeing is a piece of shit company.
Boeing. It's gone horribly downhill.
Get your fucking shit together so we could stop sucking Elon Musk's cock. You couldn't even get those guys out of space, so we had to turn to Elon Musk, and he gets to be the hero again.
Screw that guy.
Anyway, so the government gives money to like guys like Jeff Bezos for like Blue Horizon and Elon Musk for SpaceX,
SpaceX.
and then they like take that money. But the other thing
They're
is,
building bunkers.
what's another company that Elon Musk has?
Oh, I don't know. Isn't it that drilling company?
Yes, the Boring Company. That
The Boring Company. That's what it
right.
is.
And remember a couple years
Yeah.
ago, he was like
Not
LA.
just
He was just
flamethrowers. Yeah, he
like,
was going to do that tunnel, the self-driving car tunnel.
yeah, hey Los Angeles, make me build a subway. And they're like, sure, Elon Musk, drill some fucking tunnels under our
Right.
city. We don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. Go nuts. Here's some money. And then he's like, thank you. I don't know, goes and masturbates or drills holes or whatever. And then everybody just assumed that Elon Musk just pocketed the money and didn't really do anything with it. He just built like a self-driving like basically a
Yeah.
one tunnel with a conveyor belt on it that your car goes on. But what if he didn't just do nothing and just build
Yeah.
that? What if
And
that was all a smoke screen for
what if he
building tunnels
what
or
if he built
underground
it in
bunkers?
a dome, a geodesic dome inside of a Colorado mountain?
Yeah. And all the workers died of radiation from being in the earth.
That's right. Oh, paradise.
Did you know that there's this thing in Alberta where radiation just seeps out of the ground
There's lots of
in your
stuff like that.
basement?
Man, we have to do a Dale Show episode at some point because I want to bring up that whole fact about like how there's different gravity wells all over the earth from
Yeah.
meteor strikes. We got to talk about that one
Oh,
day
dude,
too.
I love talking about shit like that.
All right.
Oh, also, we got to do a Dale show on Saint Germain.
What?
Dude,
I
the
don't
guy
know.
Saint Germain. Have you ever heard about this?
No.
Okay, we're done
You'd
talking
think
about
I would.
bunkers. I'm
Okay.
gonna quickly get you
Okay.
fucking
I
bricked
gotta
up
go
for Saint
soon. I
Germain.
gotta go soon.
Okay, I'm only gonna talk to you about Saint because I gotta go too.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you about Saint Germain. So
Okay.
this guy,
Like,
18 or like 15, 1600 shows up.
yeah.
His name is Saint Germain, and he's rich. And everybody's like, where the fuck does this guy come from? He's rich or whatever. And then there's these rumors start coming about, like how do you know who Francis Bacon is?
Yeah, of course.
So there's rumors that he is the same guy as Francis Bacon. He
Oh,
was just like incarnated. So reincarnation is when you die and then you come back to life.
yeah.
But incarnation is when you astral project your like soul out of your body and then it goes into a
To
different
somebody else's
body.
body. Right.
But so you basically just get your consciousness in another body.
Yeah, put into another body.
So they're thinking that he's like either Francis Bacon was him or he was Francis Bacon. Like they're thinking that's the same person. So they think like they're like think that Saint Germain is this guy who like keeps popping up, like basically like a real Forrest Gump, but it's just like some rich spiritual guy who knows all this stuff. So it's like there's been theories about how he's like an alien, how he's from like one of the Vikings from the Pleiades system, or he's like incarnating into other bodies, or he's fucking found the fountain of youth and he lives forever. Isn't that just fucking
So
get you going?
So the only thing I know about Saint Germain is there is a
Ben.
soccer team, a soccer team called Paris Saint Germain in
Oh yeah.
France in League One. They play against my team, Olympique Marseille. So
Your team is from France.
I have two teams. One of them is from France, one of them is from England.
What's your England
Sheffield
team?
Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday.
Their name is Wednesday.
Yeah, they're the Sheffield Wednesday Athletic Club from back in the old days. Wednesdays was their match day.
That
Back in the old
is
days in the 1867. It's the same age as Canada.
that is so fucking cute and endearing that their name is still Wednesday,
Yeah.
like the
And
show
their match days
Wednesday.
are Saturday now.
Are they in the Premier League?
No, they're not.
Are they?
They're in League One, which is like three levels down from the Premier.
Do the leagues go like 1, 2, 3 Premier?
No, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Dude, the funniest thing about soccer is I make my little brother, because he's a soccer head too. I make him explain the leagues to me at least once every 2 years.
Yeah, it's super complicated. It's unnecessarily complicated. So
Yeah.
the EFL is the English Football League. League One is three levels below the Premiership.
Yeah. And
There's
the thing that always fucks me up is you have the Premier League, which is the top,
yeah, the top
and
tier.
then you have Champions League, which is the top teams from all the different top
Yes,
leagues, and they
correct.
play. And it's like, so it's like if you're a good enough team, you have multiple seasons a year. Like if you're like, is Liverpool good
That's
this year?
Premiership. Yeah, they won this year. They actually won
Yeah.
the championship.
So
this
they'll
year.
be in Premier League, and then they'll play in Champions League too. So they'll have like 2 seasons. And the thing is, they don't have playoffs or whatever. It's just whatever team. It's like their president, like for the NHL, the President's Trophy. That's just their title.
Yeah.
So if we had our fucking thing like they do, Winnipeg would be the world champs right now.
Right.
Winnipeg's would have the Stanley Cup, which
Uh,
was stupid because the President's Choice or the President's Choice, the President's
President's
team,
choice.
President's Award team never wins.
Right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The reason why they're called Sheffield Wednesday, I knew this, but I'd forgotten, is they used to be the Wednesday Cricket Club in 1820.
The
And
what
then
cricket club?
The Wednesday Cricket Club. And then they
The
were known as
fuck?
the Wednesday Football Club until 1929. And now they're just called Sheffield Wednesday.
So like, did they have a football and a cricket team?
Correct. And a rowing team, apparently, too.
That sport dropped off, eh?
It did. It did. It dropped off pretty quickly. Yeah.
It's like once every 4 years we pretend to like. It's just like fucking speed skating when we're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is
When you
actually a
choose-
sport
when
that we're
it
into.
shows up in the Summer Olympics and you're like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah, this is rad. Look at my team row.
Yeah. It's like skeleton luge when you're like, hey, the girls skeleton
What-
luging.
Is it the dual luge? That's my where
Yeah,
it's like
two-man
you're
luge.
laying on top of each other.
Yeah. And
Hey,
the
Dale,
skeleton,
you want to practice for 2-man luge, just you and I?
Yeah.
Like no snow. It's the summertime.
and then skeleton luges where they go head first,
Head first.
laying
Yeah.
on their bellies.
Yeah.
And then there's always videos of the girls with their butts bouncing on the ice track.
I'm like, I'm not gonna look, man. Look, I'm just
I'm
a
not
man.
above it.
I'm not above it. That's a great sport to watch.
Call it toxic masculinity, but I'm not above it.
Yeah.
I like what I like. I like what I
I
like.
like what I like.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
so many burps stuck in me. I should go.
Oh no. Yeah, we should wrap this up. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get back and paint the bathroom some more. Another coat.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry I didn't research the ginger thing more.
That's okay.
But,
I helped you out, man.
yes, you
we're a
did. You
team
and your
here.
Fucking big brain.
We're a
you and
team
your
here at
giant
Outrage
brain helped
Factory
me out.
Podcast. That's what I do. I have a big brain, medium-sized
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
It's like extra medium.
If you want more meditation tips, just let us know in the comments.
next week on Zen Factory.
Yeah.
Let's
The two guys who look the least like meditation gurus will give you some tips.
We'll give you some tips. I'll tell you all about my megahertz journey through
Because
various sound frequencies.
to sell my meditation success, I have not killed a single person.
Oh,
And
I have barely raged in the last 5 years.
and I on purpose haven't crashed my car into other people's cars.
Look at you! Oh, look at you!
That's
I'm
got to
proud-
be a
that's
ringing
growth,
endorsement,
man. I'm proud of you.
Because I went to Surrey today, and let me tell you about the drivers in Surrey.
Oh Lord!
Fuck you, Surrey.
Woo.
Learn to fucking drive.
And with that, thank you for joining us on Outrage
Actually-
Factory. Oh, whoop.
I do gotta say, it's not like Surrey's bad at driving. It's that they're just all too aggressive.
Oh, okay. There you
And
go.
it's like, you're all like, hey, what's the hurry, fellas? I live in Burnaby where we all drive slow. We'll get there.
I find Surrey's like the start of where you start seeing more and more trucks.
Yeah.
The cars, they stop being cars. It starts being like big ass trucks.
And then you like every time you look in the mirror, you just see grill and you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, it's just grill.
I'm not
like it.
going faster than the guy in front of me.
A
And
locomotive behind me.
this is me driving in Surrey.
Okay. That's a pretty good impression.
And then I get back home and I've got like a wrinkle formed, which I never
Yeah.
had before.
You didn't have that before, now you have it.
Yeah. Thanks, Surrey. That's your fault.
It's just a little
Right.
wrinkle. It's okay. We'll iron out.
All my
Uh,
listeners in Surrey, I was talking to other Surreyans, not you.
Not you specifically.
Surreyans. Ooh, that's awfully
Whoa.
close to a different one.
Whoa.
What do you
All
call
right.
people from Surrey?
Surreyites?
Surreyans?
I don't think
Surreyites?
so. I don't think it's Syrians.
I'm gonna go with Surreyites because that does not sound at all like Syrians. I'm
That's
saying
a good-
Syrians and Surreyans.
I think that's a smart call. Let's
Too
call them
easily mixed
Surreyites.
up.
Yeah.
Quick tractor racist, right there. All right,
Ah.
let's go.
Okay.
Goodbye. Thank you for
Goodbye,
tuning
Internet.
in, and until next time.
Stay angry.